So I'm here with director Donald Mugisha and producer James Tayler here at the festival, the Cine Africano 2011 in Tarifa, and they're pitching a very interesting project. Donald, what is a Boda Boda, and what will your movie be about?
Basically, a Boda Boda is it comes from border to border, and that is basically used to be bicycles that used to transport people from one border, actually on the Kenyan border, from one border to the other. That's how it actually became a Boda Boda. It was mainly bicycles, although now it's more motorcycle, and it's it's like the fastest way to go around Kampala. Kampala is the capital city of Uganda, and this story is basically using that as a say backdrop, and it basically is about a family that gets a chance to own a Boda Boda, and then they lose it the first day. And of course, owning a Boda Boda in Kampala is, for a person who lives in a minority society, really owning a Boda Boda is a very strong source of income. So, if you lose it, then you're pretty much doomed. So they lose their Boda Boda on the first day, and father and son. It's a father and son story, of course, and they really set out to go to find where it is. It is based, obviously. It is we're paying homage to the Bicycle Thieves, the Italian Desica film, and hopefully we'll get some money here.
Okay. And before you were into movies, you were doing music videos. Is that right? And what did you do?
Well, I still do music videos. It's just that we've kind of don't do as many. But really, I personally didn't get any formal schooling for filmmaking. Music videos were basically my film school. But literally did every single era there is in filmmaking, every single era from crossing the line to literally every single era there is out there, until we were able to eventually understand the cinema language.
So music videos were for you just a schooling, or well, you still do them, so there must be something in them that you like.
The other thing is they, at the moment, we kind of use them to finance most of the projects, because we do them now commercially and earn money from them, and we use that money to invest in our projects.
Okay.
So they are extremely important, and I don't think I can't say I used to do music. I do music videos.
And is it Ugandese music?
Yeah, it's mainly East African music. Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda.
And these videos are very popular, right?
Yes, very pop. They're basically pop, what you'd call pop promos, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what is it like shooting in Uganda? What is the industry like, the market? How does that work?
Shooting films basically in Uganda. Like most African countries, the film industry is modeled on that whole Nollywood structure of melodrama and shooting fast and once the film is out, DVD, direct to video, and pushing as many copies out as fast as possible before the pirates get you. And we kind of modeled on that same idea, but then we kind of now have we have young filmmakers that have had formal filmmaking education, and kind of are trying to do an alternative to Nollywood, and quite a very growing number of filmmakers that's out there that are trying to.
But Donald was the first, you see.
Well, I don't consider myself.
It's very humble.
He's a pioneer.
But this guy was the pioneer of East African.
But
film,
well, I was one of the people that kind of pioneered that.
And what is that? An alternative to Nollywood? Is that like just bigger budgets and higher cinematographic
stories, kind of like the stories we do, stories
because
about.
Nollywood is usually very stereotyped characters, very melodramatic acting, but we like to think of our films as a more social realistic, more subtle stories.
Human, that talk about that human interest.
And are you sure that, I mean, how will you get your movies distributed if that's not the kind of movies that are popular there? Or are they maybe?
Well, the thing is, we are on top of pioneering that like a different genre of films. We're also kind of working on pioneering an alternative distribution model that will, because it's extremely important for us as African filmmakers, independent African filmmakers, to be in a position where you can finance your films and you can get extra funding from anywhere, but if you can finance your films and be able to distribute them on your own, not primarily distribute on your own, but then you could also have secondary distribution.
So it's about bridging the gap
Yeah.
between the so-called embassy films, which gets shown in the embassy and festivals,
Very cultural.
and the films that relate to the public and that are popular. Right? But I don't think it has to be either or. And I think there's a really market. People are hungry for a thinking person's film.
And you managed to do these projects on a relatively small budget. How does that work? Do you use cheaper technology than what is traditionally used in Europe, or?
Well, we because we're digital filmmakers, the digital revolution really has changed things. Like a few years ago, shooting a film was expensive, but now you're able to shoot relatively high quality products with I don't call them cheap cameras, but with non-expensive technology.
Exactly.
And we are also lucky that for a very long time we designed like a production model, with the music videos where we shoot fast gorilla, we shoot fast, we shoot exteriors and
Also, because in a Hollywood model, you'd have a hierarchical structure, and you'd have a lot of very well-paid executives, and then you'd have the second tier, and you'd have everyone very specialized in their roles. On our films, everyone is sort of on the same level, and if someone needs to be carried, then you pick it up and you carry it. Doesn't matter who you are. So it's a small group of multitasking people who can do more than one job. And I think that not only cuts costs, but it also makes your film more efficient, and you get an ownership, you get a buy-in to the product.
James, tell us some more about this distribution and this three screen concept you were telling me about.
We're developing an idea that basically the problem in Africa is the delivery of the end product. Is that there are not a lot of cinemas, and what we do have is a very big mobile internet user base, and social networking is also very huge. People are very into social networking, and also what we have going for our project is very popular, funky, youth-oriented music. So what we're hoping to do with this project is to incorporate those aspects into a multi-medium marketing and interactive campaign. And this is stuff we're still developing, but the way I see it would be that you have your mobile screen, you have your internet screen, you have possibly some spots on television, and then you also have a cinema space. And maybe that's something that we have to create. Donald in the past has created events around the film where you also have musicians who support the film. So people, and you know, at schools people come to the event, and you know, I can imagine that this is something that we can incorporate and get people to become part of a community. Yes, that's us, community, that will comprise a database which will actually accumulate value for us for future projects, as well as create a platform to promote the present project.
That's brilliant. So finally, what do you hope to find here in Tarifa then to forward your project?
I think we're going to find, well, we've already made
No.
we've got great wine, but we made some good friends, you know. I think that's the most important thing, because we want to work with people we can relate to, you know. I don't think it'll be very easy for us to work with someone who's got money but we don't really like. So I think it's about also resources and contacts for the future. I'm not expecting someone to come with a golden checkbook and
saying how much you want.
No, but I mean, I think, you know, this is we're in for the long term.
I think, you know, money is really the contacts, you know. With the contacts you make, you know, and the friends you make, you know, a friend could know a golden checkbook, you know, could know someone that has it.
But I mean, we're still in early stages of development. We've got funding from the Hubert Knowles Fund to really polish the script to a high level and present a very professional package. And so, you know, that's what we're hoping to make these contacts to take forward to the future.
Okay, well, thank you for this little chat, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.